Welcome, everybody. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Do I have a motion to approve the tentative agenda?
So moved.
Second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Betty, would you read the minutes from our last meeting, please?
February 26, 2024, Chairman Hugwell called the regular meeting of the Wright County Board of Supervisors to order at 9 a.m. Members present were Cluse and Hugwell, with Rasmussen present via Zoom. Motion by Cluse, seconded by Hugwell to approve the tentative agenda. Motion carries. Minutes of the previous regular meeting of February 20th, 2024 were read and approved. Approved claims for payment. In open forum, Bob Ritter asked the board if they knew the statistics of the counties that Summit Carbon Solution owes money to. Cluse read an email from Christina Paradise with Schneider and Associates written to the board. Currently, there is a total outstanding balance from Summit Carbon Solutions for $13,447.81. Motion by Cluse, second by Rasmussen to appoint Mark Grunmeyer as the Pleasant Township trustee, replacing Ron Juergens with a term to expire 12/31/2024. Motion carries. Adam Clemens, Wright County Engineer, gave an update on the secondary roads. There were 33 work orders completed last week, with 21 of the work orders completed with the excavator and skid steer cleaning up brush. Crews are going to review all culverts that are 24 inches and below and put them in the culvert management system. The engineer's office is working on an internal form system for spot rocking. This would allow the motor graders to tag a location with a hyperlink for an area that needs spot rock. The truck drivers would then click on the hyperlink and it will take them to the location on Google Maps. This would replace putting out flag markers for each area that may need spot rock. Another project that they are working on is a turn-by-turn app. This will allow for a motor grader or truck to map out the route they take for different scenarios. This would help when another motor grader or truck needs to go to a different route. They have a guide which route is the best to take. Motion by Cluse, second by Rasmussen to adjourn the meeting. Motion carries.
Any questions? Not really. As read. Claims have been around. Open forum for the public. Anybody here or online wish to speak or address the board? Okay, if not, we'll go to item 6. Appoint Sabrina Beck to the Planning and Zoning Board. We had a vacancy there. I reached out to her last week and she would be happy to participate, and that keeps us gender balanced in that.
She's replacing Candy Felton, right?
Yes.
Motion to approve, appointment of Sabrina Beck to the Planning and Zoning Board.
Second.
Replacement of Candy Felton.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay, item 7, review and act on property tax refund for Cumberland Country Club. I think you were in a few weeks ago and we were reached out to our county attorney and we've talked to Tony. And Dean, you kind of led that. You want to kind of follow up with
Yeah, I forget the Iowa Code section 430. Anyway, that code section allows you to, if taxes are erroneous or
illegally paid.
And so the erroneous opens up a window for us, or it was the opinion of the county attorney to be able to refund 2 years. The Iowa Code states that 2 years is the most that you can refund. That parcel was actually split in 2023, which would have been the 2022 taxes, right?
So it splits in March 23, which would technically be payable 24-25. But when it goes to the treasurer that fall, it's already gotten split. So then, yes, it goes back to the 2022 year, which is for 23 and 24.
Bottom line is, we went back 2 years prior to when it was split, and that 2 year clock started on May 15th. Mike Bowman was into CSE, he's a member of the board. And we had that recorded in the minutes. So we went back 2 years, ran all of those dates past the county attorney. So we will be refunding the taxes for them for 2021 assessment year and the 2020 assessment year for that 3.5 acres. And that total is $256.51. And I would make a motion to refund for assessment years 2020 and 2021 to the Claremont Country Club for the 3.5 acres that were erroneously paid.
Second. First and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
Okay, I guess what I should have, I didn't have this particular sheet here, but I think you covered it the last time you were here. And when I was in, we were in and listed it, and these were accurate numbers. I think one of the things is that the board has not been able to get together because everybody has been gone. And so they're not having a meeting until the 6th. I think the board is completely split on this. Is that half of them feel that let's just let it go, it's not worth the time. And the other ones feel that there was negligence involved. And so they may be considering going to an attorney for some type of a option to take a look at exactly how this is, has gone through. And then they'll make a decision. The other thing is what was brought up that I had not considered being on the board is that we have an obligation to all of our stockholders. I mean, we've got stockholders, probably 500 of them, but maybe half of them might be dead. But the other ones are still here. So in fact, we want you to know, I mean, I appreciate Dean got back to me and the lawyer got back and gave us an explanation. But I can't tell you that they want to accept that right now. But after that, we'll make a decision, and be honest with you, I wish they would make one decision or another and just move forward on it, because this is,
Understood.
it's been a long time.
Absolutely.
And if in fact we could, or the idea is that I don't think it's from the standpoint of the county at all. But I was very, very disappointed in how the state of Iowa used it. And they took it at the land unto us, we thought we owned it all the time. So there was no reason for us to come in and say, it's been erroneously done. And when they moved it out, did not notify us at all. And then said it all had to go back, which probably was fine. But no notification at that particular point. Had we known, we probably would have come forward and, that's where it would happen. But, so that's our decision right now. So we'll get back to you.
Okay.
But we appreciate the information that we can share back to the board and our stockholders.
Yeah, and we understand your frustration and,
Yep.
and our hands are tied at a certain point too, but, totally agree.
Yeah, so, and I agree, so from that.
Let's wait for nicer weather to protest.
What's that?
Let's wait for nicer weather to protest.
Nicer weather in February. Have we got that coming?
We may still get it. But thank you, I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Hey, do you want?
Oh, we gave him.
I got
Oh,
that.
we did?
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
thank you.
See you later.
Yeah.
Okay, item number 8, review and act on precinct election official compensation, changing from $13 an hour to $15 per hour and $17 to $17 an hour for the chairperson. Have they, when was the last time they received a pay?
Oh, it's been several years.
Okay.
And we went around and kind of checked to see what kind of the going rate and what other counties have been paying. This will affect for a general election about $700, $600 to $700. Increase from, you know, with the $2. We have about 20 PEOs and chairpersons. The chairperson has a little bit more responsibilities than the other ones. They make sure that they have the key, that the place will be open. They make sure at the end of the night that the tallies are done and everything's picked up, cleaned up, so. If they carry a cell phone, we contact them. They're the main person we contact for the election, and if we have questions or we need updates, or if they need ballots or whatever, so.
You carry a big responsibility when they do it. It's a long day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, and it really affects as far as the county goes on costs, yeah, that it's a long day. It's from 6 AM to 9 PM if they get it all done. Polls close at 8. And then they have to stay and do the tally and clean up and pick up, and sometimes if there's a lot of write-ins, they have to tally all the write-in votes also. So I know Belmont had a lot of write-ins at a city election, I think, and it was,
No one filed for that.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. that is
so there
one.
was,
Last election.
yeah, so there was a lot of, I think there was 9:30, almost 10 before they got done, so. But anyway, the city school elections, the cities help pay for city, and the schools help pay for that. So really this affects only primary and general elections. If there is a special election, whomever calls for the special election, they pay for the election. So,
I'll make a motion to approve the pay increase.
So,
Second, any further discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay, item number 9, review and act on resolution 2024-10 to establish fees and service provided to transfer human remains to or by funeral homes.
I'll let Amanda talk on this one. She's the one that did 99.999% of the work on this.
Yeah, so we got a bill from a funeral home that was a little outrageous, we thought. And then we questioned one where we transferred a body back from the state medical examiners when they were not deceased here. They deceased in another county. So we started researching it, and I called around all the surrounding counties, and we are by far the highest with that, and they all have policies or resolutions in place. So I put together this resolution with facts on 3 different scenarios and kind of gave a rough estimate on what it could be. So I did like an average hourly rate, the body bags, and then mileage. They're only actually supposed to be submitting mileage for the federal IRS rate, and they are doing more than that, a loaded mile instead. So that is, I mean, I have all this if you wanna look at it.
I reached out to Faust Funeral Home just to find out what he, and I mentioned the prices he had, and the 600 is what he usually does for, if it goes to Ankeny for an autopsy. He was usually at the base of 600 for in county, and his main reason is over the years, when you go to a scene, not necessarily a crime scene or a dead body, he says sometimes the scenes are not the prettiest. He says they've gotten worse over the years, but he's okay with the 400 on that. But I did reach out to them, so they're separate, but they go through a lot more. They'll go through clothes and things like that, but it's not the easiest job on earth either, when you go to those places to remove a body.
And they also were charging the same amount to go down to Ankeny as they would to charge from, let's say, the care center to the funeral home.
Yep.
I mean, that was the same rate as they would charge to go down to Ankeny.
That's what he mentioned, and I said, I think we're looking at 400, and he was comfortable with that.
400 would be the in
In town,
county.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
and then the 600 would be for down and back, down and back.
So, that's what, when I reached out to Faust, he was comfortable with these.
yeah, and again, the genesis of this was an unusually high bill, and I appreciate you recognizing that and doing the research to put this together. I would make a motion to pass resolution 2024-10, a resolution to establish fees for transfer of human remains.
Second,
Any further discussion? Rick, how do you vote?
aye.
Dean?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries. Thank you. Adam, secondary roads update.
That is the update or the resolution first?
Resolution first, yep.
So resolution 2024-11, we let our project, for our paving this year. This paving is for the C32, pavement out of, Goldfield going west to Highway 17. And then also R33 south of C70. That's kind of the mile, that goes to the county line east of, Woolstock. We had 3 bidders, it was led at the DOT, 3 bidders, good prices, great prices. Our engineer's estimate was 731. I had on our budget 750, and all 3 bids came in, lower than me. So as you see in front of you right now, it's resolution, awarding the contract to the specific contractor. And then once this resolution is passed, we can say who it is.
I would make a motion to approve resolution 2024-11, awarding the contract for the project for the blacktop paving. Again, on
R33 and C32.
thank you, R33 and C32.
I would second that.
Any further discussion? Dean, how do you vote?
Aye.
Rick?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries.
So the award, the contractor is Blacktop Service, out of Humboldt. And the award was for $667,248.80.
What was your estimate again?
Our, Jeremy's was 731, I had budgeted, 750, so I noticed that, can you cross that out and put a 4 there, please? And then have them sign that. Update, blades and trucks are still out picking up brush. We have four townships left. They're about halfway through, those townships, so they should be finished this week. 15 work orders were done. I'll bring you to D&E. We did start tile and culvert work last week.
Oh, wow.
So we, started out with our work orders and are gonna hopefully keep going. So hopefully we have the weather to keep going. So, we worked with Eric, on a special project. They had, out of the boat ramp, some of the rock had been washed away. So we got in there when we were going by and, pulled the rock back up to the boat ramp. So we'll send them a bill for that. So that's all I have.
When will they start the blacktop project?
I don't know yet, because legally I can't talk to them yet until the contract is signed.
Okay.
So I'm guessing, so knowing the size of the project and knowing that they're not, they don't move their plant anywhere, it might be a situation where we're probably last and they're just working their way home. So it's closer that way. That's my guess. That's just a guess, just based on locality.
Well, paid off what you did years ago to like to
Yeah.
save it.
Yep,
I've saved it.
yep. So.
Yep.
Yeah, once we have the contract signed, we'll do a pre-con with them and then we'll know their schedule.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Any old business, new business update on meetings for last week, gentlemen?
I did Admo last Tuesday and I also did Central Hour Detention last Friday by Zoom, both of them.
I did, Midas, in person in Fort Dodge, and then that was on Wednesday. Also, Betty and I attended a meeting over at the Briggs Woods Convention Center. It was actually in the golf course because there was a meeting going on in the convention center, on batch and build, that the National Pork, is putting money into this, and incentives into it for landowners. And, they wanted, since we are the fiscal agent for the batch and build that's gonna happen in Wright County, they wanted us there in case there were any questions concerning that. And then on Thursday I had, CFR, and, they recognized the lease issue on the, on their space in the resource center. They are seeking also another place in Clarion. They said it was like 2.5 blocks away with similar rent. I again reiterated to them that, you know, I'd like to keep that service there, and it looked like there were some other office spaces that were possibly opening up. And that we would know more, I felt, by the end of April, so their lease expires on May 1st. So I told them that I would keep them updated on that.
I spoke to Courtney at juvenile courts, because they've got we need to provide them space. With CICS, can move, that'll leave a space open there, so I think we can keep Courtney over there. And possibly at the same office, so we don't have to bring another dedicated line in by moving her, so.
Yeah, cause I went and talked to Sandy on it. You said more than likely she could stay where she's at.
Perfect, yep. So she'll be contacting me this week on that. I worked last week with a prospect for the industrial park, working with Daybreak. We have a Zoom meeting with all the parties today at 1 o'clock to kind of go through some of the details on that, and that's kind of moving forward, but we're still, you know, the step 1 and 2, we're not at 10 yet, so. But we're progressing.
Good.
That's all. I do have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And we have our budget workshop.
Yep.
Immediately following.
Yeah, I need a few minutes. I gotta run a quick errand.
Okay.
So,
I will second the motion to adjourn.
all in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Motion carries.